Hello everybody, welcome back once again. We are playing Triangle Strategy. Just getting ready to do some of the main story. Main story events. So let's start here with Whiteholm Castle. Roland takes steps to rebuild the Crown City, but Patriot and the Royalists have other ideas.
The coronation ceremony. Certainly there are more important matters to focus on right now.
A coronation is important to assuage the people's fears and restore their faith, besides which it is the Royalists' most fervent wish. A kingdom is only truly as strong as people believe it to be, and right now the world believes Glenbrook weak. The ceremony will be a display to the contrary.
Is this truly the remedy our situation calls for? Right now, I imagine the people care only for where their next hot meal will come from.
Rest assured, sire, House Wolford will see your subjects shan't go hungry. But trust me when I say nothing will hasten Glenbrook's return to her former glory so much as announcing the return of Regna's rightful heir. To win your subjects' hearts, you need do nothing but ascend to your position upon the throne.
You mean sit my royal backside on a fancy chair?
In a manner of speaking. A king's duty is first and foremost serving as his kingdom's symbol. You needn't trouble yourself with day-to-day governance. We will assume that burden. After all, you have only just been crowned.
There will be no ceremony. The people will tell us what they need, and you will listen to them, Patriot. That is my command.
As you wish, King Roland.
How fare things, Suette? Have the relief supplies been given to those who need it?
Well, we had received a sizable shipment of goods from Hyzant, but there are complaints. It seems very few of those goods have made it into the hands of the people.
And why is that?
We aren't certain, though apparently Patriot and the Royalists involve themselves with the distribution.
Damn those Royalists! They cannot be left to their own devices.
Okay, next up is the main story here in the Crown City. It says Frederica hears the voices of the people as she walks the city streets.
There are more who accepted Aesfrost's rule than I imagined.
Glenbrook's history is long. Yet, that is why hierarchy and precedent hold sway. This is a stubborn land, my lady, not given to easy change. Though Archduke Gustadolf, acting in the name of freedom, granted privilege after privilege to the powerful. For people used to Glenbrook's rigid customs, I suppose that sort of change must have been too seductive to resist.
Perhaps, but his freedom was not but greed and cruelty.
Lady Frederica, I've been searching everywhere for you.
A Wolfort messenger! Did you run all this way? What's happened?
My lady, I hail from Castle Wolford, bearing tidings of Lord Simo.
Has he awakened?
He has. He is in high spirits and recovering well. And he is most pleased to hear of the capital's recapture. He bids you visit Castle Wolford so he can honor you himself.
Oh, I must bring these glad tidings to Serenoa at once. How long it has been since I've seen him smile.
There is one more bit of news I have for you, my lady, but it is not so happy.
Is there some sort of trouble in the Wolford domain?
Bandits are laying waste to the Rosellan village. To our shame, Castle Wolfort does not have enough soldiers to stop this. We would beg Lord Serenoa's wisdom in this matter.
The enemy must be powerful indeed. We cannot leave the Rosellan village defenseless.
Let us inform the others. Messenger, with us.
Well, well. Things are about to get interesting.
Okay, so here is the vote for the chapter. Oh, we've got a side story here. Let's do this. With Glenbrook reclaimed and Esfrost deals a heavy blow, Hyzant takes the opportunity to make a strategic move.
House Wolfort and Minister Exham's forces have reclaimed the Crown City. And not only that, they have dealt a heavy blow to the Esfrosti forces in killing Thalos and other commanding officers.
We couldn't have hoped for a better outcome.
Oh, to see Gustadolf's face when he hears the news. Now he'll have no choice but to come crawling to us on hands and knees, begging for salt. Though, this could be our chance to crush the duchy once and for all.
Just because they're licking their wounds does not make them easy prey. They still have their iron, after all.
Ha! Iron. We can get iron. All we need do is make Glenbrook hand over the Grand Norzellian mines to us. A paltry price to pay for our bountiful aid in their restoration of the Crown City.
The Grand Norzellian mines. The spark that lit the flame of Esfrost's aggression. But why go through the trouble to seize an iron source when they have all the iron they could ever need? I should have Milo look into the matter.
Minister Idor?
Well, regardless, we control the salt. I say we bide our time until Esfrost admits they are defeated. Besides, Glenbrook seeks our aid in their reconstruction efforts, do they not?
Yes. King Roland and Minister Serenoa have both asked for help, and sent reports detailing the extent of the damage to the Crown City.
Send forth a veritable bounty. To Minister Serenoa of the Saintly Seven, that is.
Ah, yes. A show of the goddess's grace to the people, and as a wedge to drive between him and the king.
Esfrost, Glenbrook. They will both be ours before long.
Alright, looks like we've got our voting phase next. The paths before House Wolfort diverge, meaning that they will have to go their separate ways for the first time. Which way will Serenoa take?
Thank you all for helping to determine the extent of the damage to the capital. This information will be invaluable as we proceed with reconstruction. There is also happy word from Castle Wolfort. My Lord Father is awake. They say he is recovering apace and is already up and walking.
Those are glad tidings indeed.
He says he would like to see us and hear of all that has passed while he was taken ill.
Then what are we waiting for? I'll saddle the horses.
Would that we could depart at once, but the messenger brought another piece of news.
Bandits plague the outskirts of the Rosellan village.
Jerome and his folk are there. They can handle a few mangy thieves, surely.
Not according to the messenger. The bandits are proving a formidable foe.
Which is why they have asked us for aid.
Apologies for my tardiness. It's sudden, I know, but I must ask you a favor.
What is it?
I suspect Patriot and his royalists of filching relief supplies.
We've no proof it's them, but the fact remains. the people in most need of those goods are not receiving them.
The matter warrants investigating at the very least, and I would ask for Wolfort's assistance.
I see. Well, we were just discussing what we ought to do next. Allow me to explain the 3 courses of action before us. 1. Return to Castle Wolfort as my Lord Father requests. 2. Defend the Rosellan village from bandits. Or 3. Remain in the capital to investigate the Royalists.
Lord Simon has recovered. What splendid news. If I could only go to him myself and thank him for all House Wolfort has done. But I cannot leave the capital in the throes of a possible scandal. Too many hold the royal family in contempt as it is.
That may be the case, but now that Lord Simon has awoken, someone must make sure he is healthy and apprise him of recent events. I would go to Castle Wolfort, Lord Serenoa, if it pleases you.
My heart breaks for the Rosellan village. Let me go to its defense, even if I must go alone.
I cannot allow that. It's far too dangerous a task for one person.
Well, I would have the Wolfort soldiers with me, of course. Besides, do you recall our first meeting?
Of course I do. You were being assailed by rogues at the port.
If you hadn't been there, who knows what would have become of me. But I am not as weak now as I was then. I am stronger, enough that I shall bring no dishonor to House Wolfort's name. My lord, have faith in me. Let me do this.
Very well.
It seems best that Benedict, Frederica, and I each attend to these pressing matters, separately.
Indeed, but the rest of us cannot be in 3 places at once. We can only choose one path to take. Bring the scales of conviction.
Okay, I cannot help but feel restless. We reclaimed the Crown City and have already begun restoration efforts. There should be no question as to what needs to be done here. And yet, something has me unsettled. Alright, so I'm going to go out. I think we can do... Oh, there's actually some stuff in here, isn't there? Yeah. There's a quality fiber ×2. Interacting here with this... What is it? What's on the wall here? I don't know. Shield? Oh, yeah, it looks like some weapons, too. 1,500 coins. Let's see here. Extra large HP recovery pellet ×2. That looks like that is it for here. I'm going to hold off, obviously, on speaking with everybody. Unfortunately, this will be the first voting phase that we won't be able to get a unanimous because Frederica, Benedict, and Roland are all locked into their choices. Here's Milo. Must admit I am deeply fascinated by you, Lord Serenoa, a lord turned saint who won back his kingdom from Esfrost's clutches and saw the prince back to his throne. I can only wonder how your people will welcome such a hero home. Pray allow me to accompany you, my lord. That's actually the hint that that Milo will come along if you go to Wolfort, which is the route that we're going to take because that is required for the Golden Route. So, again, Milo will be recruited very soon. Inventory was full. Wait, what was this? Large HP recovery pallet. Let's go to the encampment here real quick. Leave the encampment. Alright, there we go. Gotta catch them all. Alright, so this option is actually a morality choice, which again is to return to Wolfort. Not that these conviction choices really matter for me anymore, right? I've unlocked all of the characters, but I guess a little bit of extra morality probably wouldn't help, or wouldn't hurt here, sorry. Our salt reserves are running low. We must restore trade with Hyzant as soon as possible. As one of the Saintly Seven, isn't there anything that you can do? Top option is morality, middle, liberty, and... I'm sorry. No. Liberty top, utility middle, morality bottom. So we must have King Roland's permission before we act. In the meantime, we can share a portion of Wolfort's stores with the Crown City. Thank you, sir. The people will be ever so grateful. But if you wouldn't mind, could you please keep this a secret from His Majesty? Ha ha ha, at ease. This is for the sake of the kingdom. I know Roland wouldn't mind in the least. Yes, sir. You've put my mind at ease, Lord Wolfort. I cannot thank you enough. Okay. There's nothing out to this way. Let's talk to this guy. I heard some bandits were spotted on the outskirts of the Rosellan village. Rumor has it they're led by some father and daughter duo. That should be obvious, right? That's Travis and Trish. So your vote in this phase determines what character that you will get in Chapter 15. Well, I guess this is Chapter 15, or a result of. So it's 4 different characters. It's Travis, it's Trish, or it's Milo, or Cordelia. Again, I'm going with Milo because that's the golden route, but if you're on any of the other routes, also the traveling back to the Rosellan village, the option between Travis or Trish is dependent on what choice you made earlier regarding the Rosellan. So if you chose to give up the Roselle to Hyzant, I think that's Travis. But if you denied Hyzant, it will be Trish. So again, there's just a couple of different characters, and it's a little tricky. And then obviously going with Roland to the Crown City will get you Cordelia, his sister, who is a fairly good healer. What were their names again? A father and daughter. That sounds like Travis and Trish. But what could they be after? Family banditry, all right. Lord Sereno, I have heard great things about you. You were appointed one of the Saintly Seven and even demonstrated your prowess as a lord of a high house in battle. How should we royalists address you from now? Or what? Wait, what? Oh, from now on? How should we royalists address you from now? Oh, okay. Yeah, because the confusion is, are you a Saintly Seven or a lord of the high house, or one of the high houses here? All right, let's see here. To think that King Roland was alive all this time. Your house has my utmost respect for helping him reclaim the capital. My allegiance to the royal family shall never waver, not now or ever. Oh, that's nice. But it looked like there was an item here. It's just this whatever. What is this, a bug or something? Oh, they're butterflies. I see now. We were downright cowards under Asfrost's rule, but hearing stories of House Wolfort's courage in reclaiming the capital has inspired us to do better. Okay. Yeah, do better, guys. Do better. Alright, here's the Amulet of Immunity. This is pretty good. Obviously, it makes your character immune to all status effects. I'm not actually sure who this is best on. Maybe Eridor? Just see here. Yeah, grants immunity to all status ailments. I would say that's probably okay for him, right? Because he's usually out in front and, yeah, prone to being afflicted by status effects. The only other thing would be somebody else like Gila, maybe, right? Because she's actually able to remove status effects, and you know, if she gets like, I don't know, tempted or something, right? Then you can't control her, and thus wouldn't be able to remove that with her. But yeah, that's a tough one. Anyways, next up here is this Glenbrook Noble. We royalists, along with Minister Patriot himself, are helping to rebuild the capital. We must reverse all the changes that Asfrost has wrought and see the Crown City back to its former glory. I know that there are many problems facing the kingdom now, but us royalists are more than happy to take care of everything. Alright, so the top option is morality, middle liberty, bottom utility. Going morality again here. Let us serve King Roland together. Please see to domestic affairs and reassure the people that everything will be okay. We would be honored to, my lord. Together I am sure this kingdom will thrive like never before. By the by, if there is anything House Wolfort needs, simply say the word. Just between you and me, us royalists have our ways of getting our hands on certain things. Enough. I will say this only once. King Roland will not tolerate any sort of injustice, even from royalists. A new king sits upon the throne now. Things will not be as they once were. I shall take your words to heart. Alright, times be a changin'. We'll see about that. Alright, here's a superior timber. I could have swore I think there's something on one of these benches. It's weird that the cat isn't here anymore. There we go, superior stone. I think that is it. Yeah, that's it for treasures. And we've got all the information as well. I believe I've spoken with everybody. Yeah, it looks like it. What about... Did I talk to this guy? Yeah. That was the conviction choice guy, I think. Okay. Let's head back inside and get this vote phase done. Let's see. Oh, actually, before I do that, I'm going to go back to the encampment here. Now that we grabbed a couple of superior items, or materials, we should be able to upgrade some characters' weapons. Alright, so I'm not going to... Okay, can't do anything with Frederica yet. Can't do anything with Gila. I could upgrade Huet. I don't really like this one, so I don't think I'm going to prioritize that. Her range would be good. Her accuracy would be okay as well. Although, okay, Rudolph is an option here as well. Rain of Arrows is pretty good. I actually really like that ability. Same with Medina. She's got a pretty good weapon ability. Probably won't bother with Maxwell. Archibald, nah. And then we're getting into some characters that I don't care as much about. Let's see. Quahog can't upgrade. Can't do anything with Decimal yet because I'm saving that. I'm kind of tempted to actually just hold off now that I'm looking at these until I get... Yeah, I think I'm going to hold off until I get Milo. Really going to be looking at her upgrades. Okay, so let's leave. Okay. First person that looks like we need to speak with is Huet. So let's start with her. I'm going to save here too. We may have freed the capital from Ezfrost's clutches, but there is still so much work to be done. As member of the Kingsguard, I wish to stay here and help unify the Crown City. Alright, so both of these options say that this one should listen to reason, and I wish to return home and tell father of our victory. I see, you wish to return to Wolfort. Let's see, my father has just recently regained consciousness. I would let him know of our accomplishments myself, or, now that he is King Roland, must resolve matters in the capital himself. Only he can unite his people and restore Glenbrook to its former... I don't know that either of these really matters. Let's see, so you believe he must be the one to bring the royalists to justice and regain the people's trust. Even I can see that dissent among the citizens. But as you say, it may be necessary to leave things entirely in his hands to allow him to establish his position as king. I see now why you would return to the Wolfort domain instead. Alright, so she's deep in thought. Again, Roland can't be swayed. He's always going to vote for remaining in the Crown City. Same with Frederica here. There's no way to change her mind, so there's no reason to speak with her. We'll go with Gila here. Things are slowly settling down in the capital. Right now would be the perfect time to pay the Rosellan village a visit. The rumors of excuse me. The rumors of bandits are clearly troubling her. Perhaps you could put her mind at ease. Alright, so both options says this one should listen to reason. I'm going to go and return home. Alright, so it says, I wish to see how my father fares with my own eyes, or if we go to Wolfort, Milo is likely to come with us. We can take the chance to learn more about her. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that option. Do you think Hyzant is scheming something and using her to that end? I'm one of the 7 now. I do not think they mean us any harm, but it would be wise for us not to let our guard down. But of course, we are still unbelievers. It would serve us well to be vigilant of the Holy State's movements. And having Milo close might shed some light on their intentions.
I require some time to think.
I understand your concerns for your home, my lord. If that were our only issue, the decision would be an easy one. Alas. So she's deep in thought. Okay, it looks like next up is Anna. We finally managed to rout the Asfrosti forces from the capital, but it seems our busy days are not over yet. Now we must decide which issue requires our attention most. So yeah, it says she should listen to reason regarding all of the choices here. So again, we're going to go home. You would have us return to Wolfort, my lord. Alright, so my father has opened his eyes again. I would see his condition for myself. Or now is the time for Roland to show his people what he's capable of. We would be not but a hindrance, or if we go to Wolfort, Milo is likely to follow. It would be best for us to keep an eye on her. Yeah, let's go with that.
Certainly.
After reclaiming the capital, House Wolfort gained more acclaim than even the Holy State had anticipated. There's a chance Milo has been given orders by Hyzan to investigate the Wolfort domain. We mustn't leave her to our own devices. It would be wise to keep a close eye on her. I understand your concerns for our home, and yet... Alright, so she's deep in thought. And lastly, here's Eredor. The Crown City's finally back in Glenbrook's hands, but our work's far from over.
Lad.
Where do you think we should go from here, lad? So he should listen to reason regarding all of the choices. Should have seen that coming, so why Wolfort, eh? Alright, so if both Roland and I investigate, we're bound to draw people's attentions, the Royalists included. Or my father has just regained consciousness. Don't you wish to see him too, Eredor? I mean, I feel like neither of these really matters. Of course I do. I near burst into tears when I heard he was back on his feet. I want to go home and see him as soon as possible, then tell him all about your exploits. To be honest, I think going back to Wolfort is what's best for us right now. Okay, I mean, that seems like he absolutely agrees with us. Alright, so that's all we need to do. Let's get this vote started and make our way to Wolfort.
It is time to cast our votes. We have 3 options before us. Return to the Wolfort domain, depart to the Rosellan village, or stay in the capital. Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Alright, so it looks like Gila voted with us.
You have my vote.
Anna too.
I have faith in you.
Alright, so yeah. Sounds like Hewitt's voting with us as well.
You won me over.
Alright. Yeah, it looks like Eredor as well. So basically anybody that I could convince, I did.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
Alright.
The way forward is decided. We return to the Wolfort domain with Benedict, and inform Father that we have reclaimed the capital. I must return to the Wolfort domain, to my father's side.
Lord Simon will be most pleased to see you, I am certain.
Of course. Fulfill your duty to your father. I shall see to things in the capital.
And I shall attend to the Rosellan village. Please give Lord Simo my best.
Oh, Lord Serenoa, you are returning home? What perfect timing. I was thinking of heading to the Wolfort domain myself. Might I accompany you?
Milo, how'd you sneak into the castle?
Oh, let's just say I have my ways. You might find the companionship of such a capable woman a boon on the road.
I know not what her aims are, my lord, but I do know she will be easier to watch by your side.
Indeed. All right, Milo, you may come. But you'll be put to work for the household. Understood?
Of course, my lord.
Then this is farewell for now. King Roland, Frederica, until our reunion in the capital.
Okay, that's going to be it for this one. As always, hope the guide was helpful, and thanks for watching.